Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a basement that is now drywalled. I can't believe that I'm actually here now while I kill bugs flying around in my basement. Ooh, that was a mosquito. Let's look. So, as I see another mosquito flying around, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, got him. Dead. Oh, dead. Nasty. At least there was no blood in him. No, he didn't bite me yet. Yeah, anyway. There's bugs flying around because there's been a whole bunch of people in and out of the basement, which has let, unfortunately, a lot of bugs in. But we'll get them all killed eventually. Hopefully they don't bite me before I kill them. It looks very different. It actually looks like a basement now. So here's my staircase that I opened up, the bottom. I cut this up here and then opened it so that now you can actually see how much more space that actually gives, because before that was closed into there and you would have basically been walking in. Why is this thing not focusing? Jeez. Before you would have been walking in and then that bulkhead would have been right, you know, maybe 6 inches above your head where you were walking down right here. So that in and of itself has made a huge difference coming down. So here's the landing area. Doorway that goes into the unfinished storage space, and then doorway that goes into the bathroom. It's dark in here because there's no lights, but all the purple board is installed. Can't see jack. Let me see if my phone will work. Got a little access panel built in so I can get to that little clean out right there. Recessed lights are cut in. Moving on to this, it says bulkhead. You can see the bulkhead here, the soffit that I built in. This looks nice. Closed in. Right here's our gym. Nice size. Yeah, this is going to be great. TV will go on the wall there. This is the back out into the hallway. There's where the soffit carries on into this room. Got some recessed lights underneath of there. And then that walks back into the unfinished space back here. Electrical panel. Then we get to the exciting part, which is the main part of the living area. Back here. It is a giant mess because this is all the trimming and leftovers from doing the drywall, but that'll all get cleared out of here tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, what a difference. This place looks awesome. I'm so excited about how this looks. It looks great. Got a lot of space now. This actually turned out really well. I'm really, really proud of myself of how nice this turned out. A couple things I wanted to point out that I feel like I actually did well, considering I've never done this before, are the way that I did the soffits. So if you look at this wall, so this wall is one continuous piece all the way down. I built that soffit perfectly all the way down, as you can see. So it lines up with the edge of that wall, and then that soffit goes all the way down to the end. Perfectly straight. Looks great. And the height of this soffit matches perfectly with the soffit that is hiding this bulk, that is hiding that beam on this end. So on both sides, this side and this side, both of those soffits are exactly the same height and perfectly straight. Yeah, I'm just so pleased with how that turned out. Here's my other clean out door right there. But anyway, you can see all the way down, got a nice straight soffit all the way down. Turned out really good. Also, my recessed lights that I put in here, if I get this thing to focus. I'm just having a hard time. It's hunting all over the place. I don't know why. But you can see straight, all those lights perfectly straight all the way through. And this one too. These lights all the way down. Oh, let me get on the line here. I can see a little bit better. All those lights all the way down straight. I'm so happy with how that landed out because I did a whole bunch of measuring to try to get that straight. I don't know why this thing is hunting so much to try to focus down here. Maybe because all the walls are the same color? I don't know. Anyway, it's not like I'm running around. So, the back wall, that'll get all the cabinetry where the wet bar is going to be. But you can see how I got the pendant lights perfectly lined up against that wall. And it went out of focus again. Jeez, this thing sucks. Quit going out of focus. Tomorrow, so I did not do any of this drywall because number one, I don't know how to do it, and number two, I don't care to learn how to do it. The guys that came in today and did this, they just knocked it out of the park. They spent a full day down here, there's two of them, just doing all this work, getting it all hung up. Hats off to them, great job. This is the one thing that I knew from the beginning that I was going to be subbing out because I just didn't want to do it. And I'm glad I did because this was a lot of work. Tomorrow, the contractor will be coming back to do the taping and mudding. There are 7 corners that still need to have the metal applied to them so that way it'll have a nice sharp edge. So they're bringing that with them in the morning, and then they will tape and mud and get the rest of that done. After the tape and mudding is done, then it'll actually spend probably a day or two drying. They will come back and sand and block everything and then prime it, and we'll be ready to go. I also asked them to do the trimming, so they will be doing the trimming around the windows and the door frame out here with nice like finish wood. You know, as you can see around here, there's a gap that will need to be filled. So there will be a nice finishing wood between here and the door frame or the window frame itself. So from here to here, we'll have a nice piece of finishing wood all the way around. So that way you can actually sit on it and it'll take your weight. They are also going to do the trim work around, so it'll have a nice piece of window framing trim. There's 3 windows down here, 1, 2, and 3, and they are also going to trim around the door as well. They're going to apply the baseboard trim, and I'm going to be putting in crown molding all the way around. So I'll have crown molding throughout the whole basement as well. All the way through here. I'll have crown molding in the hallway, crown molding in the gym, crown molding in the area just where you come down the stairs. We'll not be putting crown molding in the bathroom. Alright, this video is already starting to get too long. I just wanted to point everything out, show you guys what the basement looks like now with all this drywall up. It looks great. Okay, basement update time. We are standing in a almost ready to be primed basement. I've got trim. Part of what I did was when I subcontracted out the drywall, the contractor also in his price included doing all of the trim, hang my doors, do the baseboard. I also convinced him to put up the crown molding trim as well and prime the walls. So those are some of those things I was actually planning on doing, but he included them in the price of his quote, so I don't actually have to get that part done. So that's nice. But anyway, let's take a walk through the basement real quick. You can see we got all the doors up, we got most of the trim up, and the casing and all that other kind of good stuff. So let's turn the camera around and do a quick tour. So starting at the bottom of the stairs like normal, I got both of the doors up. So this is the door going into our unfinished storage space, and then the door going into the bathroom. All the baseboard trim is up now. This is 5 1/4 inch baseboard trim, and all the crown molding is up. Nothing's been, none of the trim has been caulked yet, but it's just installed now. This is 4 5/8 crown molding that goes all the way around. You got all the baseboard trim in the hallway and the crown molding up in the hallway as well. Looks really nice. I like the way they did the return here. This thing's really having a hard time focusing. There we go, now it's back in focus. But that's how they did the return on the crown molding there, and then at the bottom of the stairs. It looks really nice. Alright, let's walk into the main part. So down through here, all the trim's been put up. All the crown molding has all been installed. And what's nice too is this window is actually so when the builder built my house, this window was set into the concrete foundation, and they built it kind of crooked. And I was actually really worried about how it was going to turn out when it got finished, because when I framed that window, you could see how crooked it was. But now that it's all finished, it actually looks pretty decent. You can tell that it's still crooked, but it's not too bad. All the casing is up now, and you can see the reveal is pretty uniform all the way around, except for down at the bottom. I think the guys that did the trim, they cut that trim piece a little bit too short, but I think the reveal is pretty even most of the way around except for the bottom here. I'm not really going to complain too much about that. It looks really nice. This will all get primed and painted. They had a boo-boo, so they're going to have to come back and fix that. But that's fixable. In here, all the crown is up all the way around. This thing is hunting for focus again, which freaking kills me. And anyway, window, got the trim again. Looks really nice. Did a good job. This is actually really deep. You actually have space. You could actually sit on that, because it's actually about 14 inches deep between where that window, because they set the window really far out in the concrete, and then where the framing falls, it's almost about 14 inches. So you could almost use it as just a little seat. So I had to go back to Lowe's. When they were framing, they ran out of wood to be able to go around here, so they're going to come back and do that. I think they're going to come back and do that tomorrow. So this will be done really soon. Last pieces are missing. We're going to frame that, or they're going to put that piece of finish wood in around the casing for the door. Then I actually put the trim up and case around the door itself. And they're going to put up that piece of baseboard, because they need that casing around the door to actually be in before they put this piece of baseboard in. But anyway, all the way around they did a great job. This piece is going to be put on a little bit later, because we're going to have cabinets installed right here. And so they left this piece short, so that way when we get the cabinet put in about here, we'll be able to put that piece of trim between there and where the cabinet starts. Well, I just finished shop vacuuming the basement down here. All the walls are primered. All of the trim is put up. Looks really good down here. I cannot describe to you how much dust was actually down here from all of the sanding of the mud that was put up on the walls. It was an incredible amount of sand. It was an incredible amount of dusting. Let me get this respirator off. The walls are all primered, everything is ready for paint. Let me take a quick look around so you can see what it all looks like. I got it cleaned up as best that I can. There was so much dust floating around, it was coming upstairs. So, here it is. Everything in primer. Of course my camera is going to have a hard time focusing again because everything's in white, but all the trim is now on, all the baseboard trim everywhere, all the way around. The windows are now cased and trimmed, and they look really good. So now all I got to do is have my wife pick the flooring that we're going to be using in the bathroom. So the various types of tile. So we're going to have tile. I think we're going to do different floor tile than what goes into the shower. So we'll have. She'll have to pick the floor tile. She'll have to pick the shower tile. I can't set the drain and build the mud bed in the shower until I have the tile that we're going to use, because I need to know what the thickness of that tile is going to be so that I can set the depth of the drain, because I'm putting a linear drain in. Let's see, what else do we need to do? Next steps are also going to be, we have to paint down here, so we have to pick paint colors. We have to go and order cabinets for the bar. We're going to order cabinets, we're going to order the vanity for the bathroom at the same time from the same cabinet company. Then we also need to pick countertops. We need to pick finishings like faucets and shower head and all that other kind of stuff. Flooring, and paint the walls. I think that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot more beyond that, other than I need to install all the switches and outlets and all that good stuff as well. So right now we're kind of at a crossroads until we figure out what exactly the finishings are going to be with the tile and that kind of stuff. But we'll pick the series back up once I get tile and flooring picked and all that other kind of stuff. I'll be doing a series in here where I paint all the walls and the ceilings and all the trim work, and yeah, I'm excited. It's come a long way. See you in the next one.